We're making this investment today because we know every life in the state of Washington has value.
Governor Jay Inslee has announced new COVID-19 vaccine incentives for Washingtonians tonight, how you can make sure you're eligible for those drawings.
And today, Spokane city leaders gave an update on the state of homelessness in our city. We're breaking down the progress that's already been made and the new ways they plan to tackle the problem.
Still, we are under a heat advisory through the mid-evening hours, and we've got a fire weather warning in central Washington, but I am tracking much cooler temperatures on the way. I'll have your forecast.
And a trio of local collegiate baseball players honored today at the highest level. Find out who received All-American honors in sports. Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 6 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
Welcome everyone. I'm Whitney Ward. We begin tonight as new incentives to get vaccinated are coming to Washington. So Governor Jay Inslee just announced new prizes that will be awarded lottery style to all state residents who get a shot.
That includes a $1 million prize. Let's get straight to KREM 2 political reporter Casey Decker with more about what you could win and how to enter. Casey?
Well, Mark, Whitney, the short-term goal that Governor Inslee has set is getting at least 70% of eligible people vaccinated. If that happens, he said he'll fully reopen the state. Right now, 63% of folks 16 or older have at least one shot. So to get us over that finish line, Washington will now follow in the steps of several other states and offer a series of lotteries. Here's a list of all the types of prizes. First of all, a traditional cash lottery. This will consist of a $250,000 prize once a week in June and then another $1 million prize in mid-July. Second, the state will offer assistance with higher ed expenses. Some money for tuition, books, and the like will go out directly to the state's public colleges. In addition, there will be 30 prizes worth 1 year of tuition. Those will go straight to the families of winning Washington teenagers who are vaccinated. Now third, some big companies in Washington are offering a handful of prizes. 300 Xboxes plus some Nintendo Switches, Google Nests, and Amazon Echo Dots will be on the table. More than $1 million in gift cards to local businesses will also be prizes, and there will be a pair of Alaska Airlines tickets to anywhere they fly given away. Fourth, a number of recreation-themed prizes. The state will be offering 400 Discover passes to parks, plus dozens of camping passes and gift certificates for hunting and fishing licenses. And finally, for the sports fans, a handful of tickets to every major West Side team, Mariners, Sounders, Storm, Reign, and yes, the Seahawks, all offering prizes. Inslee says he hopes this will all be enough to get those fence sitters vaccinated and improve the state's rate. There are still 2.3 million eligible but unvaccinated people in Washington right now.
We're making this investment today because we know every life in the state of Washington has value. So I'm excited to announce these strong incentives that will bring the potential to save thousands of lives on top of everybody else's agenda in their individual lives.
Now, of course, the big question here, who's eligible and how do you enter these drawings? Well, these are available to all Washington residents who have gotten at least one shot. And you don't actually need to do anything yourself in order to enter other than get vaccinated. The state will automatically draw names from the Department of Health vaccine database. Mark, Whitney.
All right, Casey Decker, thank you very much tonight. In the meantime, Washington State is on track to fully reopen by that June 30th deadline. Governor Inslee set that date last month as part of his Healthy Washington Roadmap to Recovery plan. And he has repeated over the past month, the state appears to be prepared to meet that target. Just yesterday, state leaders said Washington could in fact reopen sooner if 70% or more of residents 16 and older get at least their first dose of the vaccine. Now, to be clear, reopening is set for June 30th, and that is regardless of whether the state hits that 70% goal. As of May 30th, though, we're just under 63% of Washingtonians who have already received at least one dose. That's almost 3.8 million people.
New today, Eastern Washington University will now require students, faculty, and staff to be fully vaccinated before returning to campus this fall. Today, interim president David May released a statement laying out the requirement. He said in part, quote, "The goal of a safe and healthy return is served best by getting as many students, faculty, and staff vaccinated as possible.
The vaccine requirement is going to be implemented in accordance with the university's policy on other immunizations. It will include exemptions, though, for religious and medical reasons. The school is asking students, faculty, and staff now to upload their vaccination information to their Med and Proctor account. That's going to basically allow additional opportunities like working in a shared space without having to wear a mask. In an effort to get everyone vaccinated, Eastern is also offering walk-in vaccine clinics. The next one is happening on June 9th, offering the one-shot Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
Today, the University of Washington announced it will require all employees to be vaccinated by the start of the fall quarter. Last month, UW announced all students must also be vaccinated before fall classes begin. The new vaccine requirement follows the release of new workplace masking and distancing requirements from the Department of Labor and Industries. Now, faculty and staff will need to confirm they are fully vaccinated in order to work on any UW campus or within its facilities. There are exemptions as well for medical, religious, or philosophical exemptions.
Well, it is Thursday, and that means one thing. It's time for Tom's barbecue forecast, which basically combines all of our favorite things: summer grilling, beautiful weather, and helping the fight against hunger.
Let's get to the man himself, Tom Sherry, in the Outdoor Weather Center, manning the grill, cooking up dinner for all of us. And Tom,
look at this.
looks like you got the grill fired up,
I
my
do
friend.
have the grill fired up. And I got the beef. I'm doing I love this kind of a recipe on a hot day today. I'm doing an entree salad, and it's a steak salad, a spinach steak salad with, we've got pears on there and feta cheese or goat cheese if you'd like. We've got the cranberries, we've got pecans. I mean, it's going to be fabulous. The recipe that we have for you on this, I'm using, and the recipe calls for a beef tenderloin, but I found this great deal on the London broil, so I've got some London broils on here. We'll slice these things up really thin, put it in the salad. Should be absolutely amazing. And it's not as hot today as it was, say, at this time yesterday. We go over to the big green board here, and we show you that we still have the heat advisory in effect everywhere you see shaded in orange till 8 o'clock tonight, and then a fire weather warning everywhere you see shaded in red, and that's through Friday evening. So the heat advisory just through tonight for us, but the fire weather warning in effect through Friday night. 90 degrees right now, but doesn't feel nearly as oppressive as it did this time last night. I think that's because of the breeze we've got out there. You can see that breeze out of the southwest at about 9 miles per hour. Forecast is calling for great sleeping weather overnight, down to 57 degrees, much cooler and windy tomorrow. We'll look for a daytime high of 83. It really cools down for the weekend. Saturday's going to be windy, gusts 30 to 35 miles an hour, and a daytime high of 69. And then I've got partly cloudy skies on Sunday and a daytime high of 67 degrees. I have a look at your 10-day forecast, including the best day for you to get out in your backyard and grill for vaccinated family and friends.
Tom, I don't think I heard you, but if you were wondering, I like my steak done medium rare. I don't know about Whitney.
I will absolutely take medium rare.
Yeah, there we go.
Done and doner.
There we go.
Perfect.
All right, if you'd like to get more information on the barbecue forecast, just text the keyword BBQ or barbecue to 509-448-2000, and we'll give you a link to the program information, and you can also get Tom's recipe that he's cooking up tonight. Also, you can send us pictures of you grilling to that same number because we'd like to share the love with you.
Always fun to see how people kind of adapt their recipes.
For sure.
Fun for everybody. All right, we are also reporting tonight about Spokane city and county leaders who are now teaming up with some new approaches to tackle homelessness from a more regional perspective.
So this includes new resources for those experiencing homelessness in the region. KREM 2's Amanda Rowley shares what those resources are.
In today's announcement at the Cannon Street Center, Spokane Mayor Nadine Woodward says the city and its regional partners are taking a fundamental shift in how it tackles homelessness. Last summer, Mayor Woodward laid out a plan to maximize partner and funding resources and find a way to help people out of homelessness. As part of that goal, the city announced today a process to select a year-round operator of the Cannon Street shelter.
Something we've never done before.
Requests for proposals for operators will be released tomorrow and remain open for 30 days. Woodward says the city and its regional partners have also started the process of converting the Way Out temporary drop-in shelter into a bridge housing program. The program focuses on rapidly moving people out of homelessness. County Commissioner Mary Cooney joined the mayor in this announcement today and applauded the year-long collaborative efforts.
Homelessness is a regional challenge that requires all of us to commit to a goal of decreasing homelessness and maximizing the efficiency of our collective resources to be the best stewards of our taxpayer dollars.
Now, a young adult shelter recently began operating temporarily out of the Women's Hearth Shelter while a permanent location is secured. Mayor Woodward said the goal is to select a location for the shelter away from downtown but close to public transportation. The city is also extending its partnership with the Guardians Foundation for the Cannon Street shelter. Its contract was set to expire at the end of this month. The city is extending it through the end of the summer to ensure those services continue uninterrupted while a long-term operator is selected. Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.